Tony is on the line, I'm told. Hello, Tony.
Hi, Ken. How you doing?
Here we are fine. How is Texas?
Well, we're wonderful today. Lovely weather. We're looking at. We're getting ready for the showdown. The showdown in San Antonio.
The showdown in San Antonio. That is the third game in San Antonio and the crucial game
Absolutely,
5.
that's game 5, and that for lots of people, in fact, for me and every other person, this is the game that will really determine whoever wins this amount of will win the finals.
Tony, before we talk about game 5, game 3 and game 4 didn't go according to the scripts. In game 3, we saw the Spurs just blow the hits away, and we thought they were dead. Then look at in game that was in game 3, and in game 4 they came back. All these games happening right there, in San Antonio at the AT&T Center.
Well, Ken, if you say game 3 didn't go according to plan, I think you're doing a big disservice to the San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs are the fourth most successful side in the NBA. They are 4-time champions, and they've never lost the final. Just like that fact, you guys, times they made the final and 4 times they've won it. So when they play on their home turf, they are almost unbeatable. So for them to beat Heat in the game 3 was not a big upset. Well, maybe the scoreline for a 37-point deficit. I mean, that was the highest that you can imagine. But losing to the Spurs was not, for me, was not an upset for the Heat. But for me, game 4 was because we saw a Spurs on riding high from game 3, and we saw also that Dwayne Wade was not playing to the level we've come to expect. But as champions, we always do. The Miami Heat gave us a wonderful performance. They reminded us again that, hey, we are the defending champions of the NBA. And, they went out with a couple of other variables, like the injury to Tony Parker and the poor shooting from Neal and Green, and they actually did the job. And that's why these finals are so interesting, because your home court advantage doesn't count for you.
Yes, we've seen that the home court do not count, because Spurs went to Miami, picked that very first victory, and then also look at Miami bouncing back right there at the AT&T Center in Texas. So I want to talk about Dwayne Wade as we look into Game 5. Has he finally come out of his shell? He has been underperforming before Game 4.
Yes, Dwayne Wade is an all-star player. He has won the ring in 2006 and in 2012, so he knows what it is to play at this level. And I was listening to LeBron last night, and LeBron was saying enough is enough. It's time for us to give this kind of performance consecutively, So, to talking about Dwayne Wade now, he needs to do the same thing. The whole team, in fact, not just Dwayne Wade, the whole team needs to repeat what they did in Game 4. And that begs the question: will Spurs also have a terrible game for the second time running? So that's been the trend. You see an excellent performance, and you notice a dip in the next time. So so that's what makes it so interesting. The San Antonio Spurs, they know they have to win tonight. You cannot go to Miami hoping to win twice. No, maybe once. But so Dwayne Wade, I don't think we'll see him dominate as he did on Thursday night.
Okay, there is so much talk about Green and Neal. Remove Tony Parker, remove Tim Duncan. There's so much talk about Green and Neal in Game 3. But apart from that, I want to ask you this: during the regular seasons, the Heat went 46-3. They only lost about 3 matches during the regular season. But here in postseason, they've lost 5 matches already. Is it getting tougher? Or because the quality of opposition at this level is what we are seeing, that it's not just a walk in the park?
I think it's a combination of so many factors, Ken. It's getting tougher, definitely. I mean, this is the business end. You're playing in San Antonio Spurs, one of the most consistent sides in recent memory. I mean, this is this is their 15th consecutive playoff appearance. And I mean that is third on the all-time list. And they also played in the Pacers, the biggest and the strongest, most defensive team that you could imagine. So I think it's getting tougher. And fatigue also sets in. The Miami Heat have had to go through some very grueling games. Playing against the Chicago Bulls was very tough because the Chicago Bulls stopped them from achieving their that's the record of consecutive wins during the regular season. So there was a lot of bad blood in that series. It was a very grueling game. Then they had to go 7 games against the Pacers. So it's not been easy. When you consider that the San Antonio Spurs have had a relatively lighter schedule, they blew out the LA Lakers first, and they also blew out the Memphis Grizzlies first. So they've had to play fewer games than the Heat. So fatigue sets in, and this is the big. Tony Parker saying yesterday, his hamstring, that his right hamstring can tear any time from now. He said if it had been the regular season, he would sit out for like 10 days to 2 weeks. But as it is right now, he doesn't care. This is life. Winning the ring is what that matters to him. So that is how high people the ring at this stage. People just want to go out and just give it all on the court.
Okay, Tony. Before you go, let me just come to your turf. Let me come to your turf a little bit. What does this mean to either team winning the finals? Because I know probably by 20th we'll have played the final, which means by Sunday when we call you, we'll talk about review. There would have been an NBA champion. In terms of finance, how does this affect the team individually, marketability, and also the team itself?
Well, you see the way the NBA is structured. You have what you call the collective bargaining, but maybe another day we'll go more into the details of that. It's quite a complex and interesting sporting process. But what it does basically that if any side that wins this. It's not so much for what you get for winning the ring. You get less than $4 million for winning the NBA title itself. That is the Larry O'Brien Trophy. It's not that, but it's what comes with it. It's what comes with it, the entitlement and the endorsement. For example, LeBron James, if he's able to win this ring, currently he's earning $56 million this year. That's from $17 million, which is his annual pay, and $39 million in endorsement. He's the highest paid. He makes more money than any other basketballer right now, and he's number 2 to Tiger Woods in the sports illustrated list. So if he's able to do that, definitely we are expecting a 15% jump on his current earnings. So and the same thing cuts across the board, not just for him. So any team that wins this ring, you're going to see an exponential growth in their earnings and in their endorsement. So that is what it does for them, not just for the star players. It cuts through across for the entire coaching team, the backup staff, and even the reserve players.
Thank you very much, Tony. It's a pleasure hearing from you right there from Texas. And we'll do by Sunday when we meet, we shall look at how probably also our brands that we have here. When we do win, we can translate that into a better endorsements and a fatter purse for the team. Thank you, Tony, for calling.
It's okay, Ken. I don't like leaving this without saying anything. The Larry O'Brien Trophy, which is awarded to the NBA champion, once you win it, you keep it. So every year a new trophy is produced by a company called Tiffany and the trophy itself costed $100. So if you win it, you keep it, and be the new one.
Thank you very much.